quick handball to Hocking. Back to Lovett Murray. He goes short. It's a mark to Zaharakis. Zaharakis has kicked a goal. The Bombers are in front of the G.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse, Skiddy, and Herbie.
G'day and welcome to the Insight AFL Show. I'm your host, the Supercoach Big Horse, and with me is my co-host for the 2024 season at Filthy IFS, Jake Skidmore. How are you, mate?
That is me, Horse. Yes, I'm going very, very nicely today, mate. How good was gather around, you know? We got some absolute, some ripping games on, especially the Saturday, and then some shit-ass ones that we don't really need to worry about from Friday. But other than that, mate, it's been an absolute great round. We're just also going to let you guys know that we are currently doing this as the Pies are currently up 15 over the Hawks. So hopefully by that time, the game will be done and we can actually have a look at the scores there. But, hey, you being Big Horse?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Got a little side gig with the NBL 1 Braves, men's and women's last night. So got to debut the commentary side of things with them, which was pretty special. Enjoyed that.
How'd you
go? Yeah, loved it. It was really good. They got a good crowd down there, and yeah, on the NBL 1 app for anyone that wants to have a look. But yeah, looking forward to getting through the season with them and continuing on. So it's good for the business, the Insight Fantasy boys, getting more and more exposure each and every day. But it's a really cool experience that I enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's fair. Hopefully less swears than you normally do on this show. So let's get stuck into it.
Oh, I wasn't allowed to do any swear bombs. But anyway, today we review all things Supercoach to do with Gather Round, which include the players that went large, the players that absolutely shut the bed, some sneaky cash generators, and players we think you should target moving forward. If you haven't yet, please be a triple banger. Hit like, subscribe, and even put the noties on down below. And also jump in our Discord. For less than 50 cents a week, your Zinger box, upsized, replace a potato and gravy with a dinner roll, treat yourself to an extra burger on the side, boom, you're all over it. You get access to all our insights, our trades, our captains, premium Q&A, every round of Supercoach, and a full of cool perks. Entry to our Discord will always be free if you just want to get involved and talk footy anyway. Our Unlimited League 913351, I repeat, 913351, a Supercoach Champions ring will be on offer for the winner of that league. Cost you nothing to enter, and you can just leave it all season. If you win, we'll contact you, and happy days, you'll get a ring. Thanks to the guys at Supercoach Rings. Now, Skiddy, we've got our squeeze of the week, mate, so let's get into it.
Yeah, good that new opener as well. Thank you, Braino, you absolute legend. So, as we know, Isaac Heaney, 165. And unbelievably, it's taken 5 rounds, Horse, but the squeeze of the week has gone off, baby. We love to see that. So, we're going to have to change this to one prize.
That's awesome.
Per week, but we're feeling generous this week. We have 3 winners. Unbelievable. We have our boy Kizza with choosing Henny at 169. We have Phil Unfiltered also at 169. And Chloe comes in clutch, getting Heaney at 161. So all 4 off. They all win the Standard Squeeze prize, courtesy of the Standard Squeeze. So how bloody good's that?
And for those of you that are wondering why we've got 3 winners, and I've said in the past that if 2 people pick the same number, then it's the first person that puts it in. It's because in our Discord, we had a bit of a shits and giggles part where they asked me if we could have both of them with that score and that same name. And I said it didn't matter because they won't win anyway. And it turns out they did. So we can't backtrack on our word. And all 3 people, Kizza, Phil, and Chloe, you will get a pack sent out to you thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. We will get you to hit up our DM so we know where it's going to. But to start us off, mate, Thursday night, it was Melbourne versus Adelaide, and they just held them off, mate. But our game reviews are brought to you by the Standard Squeeze, who are helping you drink responsibly and conveniently. You can go to the website, standardsqueeze.com, and use the code INSIGHT15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store. Mate, Sex Track, he's awesome, isn't he?
Oh, my God, mate. How about that effort from track?
So
140. He just looked absolutely unreal. He was absolutely everywhere. 29 touches, 6 tackles, and a goal. Yeah, elite. So this is good. Also, too, Hawthorn have just kicked another goal. They're within 10 points. So how good's this? They might knock off the Pies again, which would be funny. Max Gawn, slow start, but he came into the game 129, pretty solid. I know a lot of people VC'd Gawny and took that. So you wouldn't be too mad unless, you didn't take Heaney like I told, but that's okay.
That's right.
39 hitouts. He only had 15 touches, so he definitely can get more than that from there. How about this one, though? Juddy McVee, what an absolute game. Coming off of absolutely fucking my multi the week before and not getting anywhere near 15 touches. He comes out with 119, 20 touches, finally was getting the kick-ins as well and actually leaving the square, so he was getting points for it. Yeah, he looked pretty bloody solid down there.
Yep.
Neil Bullen, quite a game. 18 touches, 74 Supercoach points. He'll be better than that. Clayton Oliver, this is the big one here. So far out of form at the moment. The hand is obviously affecting him because he did not want to go for any contested ball. He only had 16 touches for 62 Supercoach points. He's going to plummet in price. Oh, boy. Hopefully, he's on everyone else's list of circling after that bye round.
Yeah, I think so. And then we've got Blake Howes, who had a break even of 30, and you would think that he would easily piss it in, but he managed to get there in the fourth quarter, scoring a 46, and it might be time to get off him. For Adelaide, before we start, how much better did Adelaide look when Crouch wasn't in the middle and Saligo was their inside mid?
Mate, Jakey Saligo, yeah. Saligo, he looked so much more impactful for Adelaide of actually trying to win the ball and actually do something going forward instead of just handballing backwards 500 times. So, yeah, he looked really good and it accumulated as well with his 128 Supercoach role. So, if Crouch is out of the side, I'm definitely looking at Saligo.
100%. 368k mid for 128 Supercoach points. Could be a nice little cheapie that you can get through that could potentially score at premium, but it is a great risk with Crouch in the side. Hinges Minge. Mingy. Yeah, Mingy has started off the season really well, posting another 109 at 474k. That's probably a little bit too much of a risk, though. Rory Laird, Mr. Consistent, another 116 off 24 touches. Dawson almost got to his first ton of the year, but 99, 23 touches and a goal. He looked a little bit better this game. Matt Crouch. So 29 touches, 97 Supercoach points. Mate, the week before, I'll just bring this up, Riley Bonner had 17 turnovers, which was an AFL record, but after doing a little bit of digging, he actually got over 1,000 meters gained for the game, which was also a record that no one's spoken about, right?
Oh, wow. Yep.
Crouch, 29 touches, 83 meters gained.
Wow.
That is less than 3 meters per possession.
That's outrageous. And Deadly just said anyone checked on Hamo's mustache. I'll tell you what, Hamo's mustache was fuming at the fact that Crouch only got 83 meters. It's absolutely no benefit at all to Adelaide. Apparently Hawks have just kicked another goal as well. And they're down by 5 points now with 4 minutes to go.
Holy, yeah, right.
Where did we go? So I thought that was, Crouch needs to go from the Adelaide side because he's killing them. And a lot of people went early on Mark Keane. I am still not keen on that, even though 90 super points, 23 disposals, 10 marks. It's just too risky for my liking.
Yep. I'm absolutely with you, mate. But Adelaide did look better when Saligo was in the middle and Crouch was nowhere near the fucking ball. So knock, knock. Matthew Nix, who's there? Matt Crouch, get the fuck out of your team, mate. That's exactly what we're saying.
I'm pretty sure the Adelaide midfield have also realised this because I remember there was some point where Matt Crouch was meant to be coming back onto the ground and Rory Laird just went, nah, and just kept him on the bench. And he was on there for 5 extra minutes because Laird was like, nah, don't want him on. Nah, stay off.
That's awesome. And if they want to win games of footy, for his own personal pocket and for his own disposal count, it looks good. But Matt Crouch does not belong in the Adelaide midfield. And unfortunately, that's the only place that he can play. He's a one-trick pony. On Friday afternoon, we had 2 games, mate. Similar scores. Your boys and my boys getting pumped comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about your boys first. Losing to the Brisbane
Yeah.
Lions 112-42. Joey Danaher, he just loves beating up on the lower ranked sides, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely does. And he was taking the absolute piss there. Another cheeky 5 goals, 20 touches, 148 Supercoach points. He was always going to go large and absolutely belt us. So, that's just how that was, unfortunately, for us. Hugh McCluggage, he racked him up. He had 36 and just didn't seem like anyone was able to be able to actually catch him or anything like that. So, there's that. Lockie Neal, he was unbelievable in the first 3, subbed off as a precautionary, 125 points, Supercoach points. That was annoying. Seems like I am lagging a bitch, so I'm going to have to quickly try and change over my internet. So thank you very much.
You go for it. I'll run with this for a little bit, mate. You go, because I think the boys have already taken some screenshots of your face that are going to end up on social media fairly soon.
I will quickly change internet.
Yep. So McCluggage, 36 touches, 126 Supercoach points. He was quiet in the first quarter early and then came on hard again. Lockie Neal, 125 Supercoach points, subbed off early just as a precaution. He'll be right for next week, which frustrated owners and potential buyers alike because that scares me off a little bit. Dunkley, 31 touches, 8 tackles, 122 Supercoach points. He'll drop a little bit more coin now. Zorko had 28 touches playing off a halfback flank for his 98 touches. Now, the big one. Have you changed the internet yet?
I'm bloody trying, mate.
You're trying. So they've zoomed in on socials, and apparently Kizza wants to know, did you use all of your data usage on Pornhub this week?
No, I was streaming the Collingwood Hawthorn game, so it's causing me to bloody lag off my PlayStation, so that's kind of annoying at the moment.
Okay.
Hang on.
Mate, I'm going to call it here early. We've been talking about this guy in the preseason. And we said if he was to ever get a go in North Melbourne's back line, that he's going to be an absolute premium option moving forward, right?
Sorry, who were you talking about? Sorry, mate. I've done the switch. Where are we at?
Charlie Coombin.
Yeah, Charlie Comben. I thought he was fantastic against the Lions, and he was the only one that was actually doing anything, in all honesty, for the North's back line. So 129. I reckon we watch one more round. I mean, it's obviously going to be another tough ask with Hawkins and Cameron next week for North. So, it's going to be another what?
I'm going early.
You going early, or you reckon?
I've already thought about it. He has got an awesome set of hands. North Melbourne have no one else down there. I think he's the big dog.
Yep, I can see that as well, mate. I mean, I think he's going to have to take like some of the bigger bodies as well, but he's going to be able to. I reckon he's going to be an all right option for a few weeks to come as well, which is nice. Sheasel, just another lazy 35, continues to do what he does across half back. The ball needs to be in his hands. Colin McKercher played a little bit more midfield this game, only 13 touches, 5 tackles for his 54 Supercoach points, but the North midfield were just overwhelmed by Lions, and they were just too strong. They were just breaking tackles, getting through, being wherever they needed to be.
They were really good, weren't they?
Yeah. Tom Powell, the Carolina wine mixer. He had 15 tackles. Yep. 15 tackles, tagged Neal for majority of the second quarter after Neal started to get off the chain, so he was pretty quiet. Didn't have that much time on ground either. He only had 14 touches for 73 Supercoach points. He'll be better than that. That's just an absolute rough one, having to play alongside Neal like that. Zach Fisher, 22 touches, 75 Supercoach points. Just did what he did in the back line. I don't know if he's going to be doing these massive scores or anything like that, but it's just going to be how it is. And LDU, 25 touches for 88 Supercoach points. Really needs to clean up his act because this is looking pretty bad. And some of the efforts as well by LDU was absolutely god awful. So don't know what was up there. Just probably didn't want to be in Adelaide. So fair call to him, but that's just how it's going to be. So let's just get away from that game because that was an absolute shellacking. Let's talk about another shellacking. Let's talk about the Power versus the Bombers on Friday night. Unfortunately for you, Horse, Essendon were on the losing end of that shellacking by 69 big ones. Look, 2 guys here, and they pretty much absolutely took the piss out of Essendon the whole game. One, Connor Rozee, absolutely bloody awesome. 36 touches, 3 goals, 152 points. No one could touch him, even remotely close to being able to touch him. And then the other one is Jason Horn-Francis. This was an unbelievable game by him. He's already had 2 games this year, and he scored 132 in only 64% time on ground and 112. He also had a 102 in the preseason as well. But, mate, he had more clearances than Essendon did as a team up to halftime. He just looked like he was on another level.
Yep.
All right, I'll bash through it then. Got you, no worries. Butters, he had 119 Supercoach points, 26 touches, but this was all Rosie, basically. Willem Drew, again, 3rd ton in a row for the big fella. No tag as well either. He had 104 Supercoach points, 18 touches, few tackles as well, which was nice. Houston, good again, 22 touches, 106 Supercoach points. He's just all over it in that back line for the power. Do you want to talk about this, or do you want me to keep going and keep?
No, I can talk about him. Nick Martin looked large again, 35 touches, 133 Supercoach points, and he's an absolute lock for defensive mid status. And I'm pretty sure I'll have to check out the stats once it's updates, but he's now into the top 6 for top defensive players for the year. He did start off slowly with that 70, but then he got a 94, and then he's gone back to back 133, 138, or 140 last week. Sorry. So he's looking really, really nice. Zach Merritt as well. For me, he's a lock for a top 8 mid. 36 touches, 136 Supercoach points, and he's just that silky with the ball. He looks awesome. Parrish had another poor game by his standards, 21 touches, 71 Supercoach points, and his break-even will be probably over 200 next week. So let's look to get him at a discounted price, potentially around the buy rounds. Dersma, again, was really good. He's proven to be a really nice pickup for the Essendon Footy Club. 26 touches out in the wing for 116 Supercoach points. And the Goldstein-Draper combo was shat on by one Ivan Saldo, which embarrasses me to no end because they've been good to start the year, but Draper had, 8% time on ground for 12 Supercoach points and bugger all hit out. That hurt.
Yep. No, he had 14 hit outs for 15 Supercoach points, so he nearly pulled a... Shit, who did that last week? Someone had more hit outs than they did Supercoach points, which is just outrageous to even think about. But Drape nearly did it. So, that was a pretty embarrassing game by the Bombers. But, they'll bounce back. And, as we say, Mackay doesn't win 2 in a row. So that was always going to be an L. So you just got to cop that.
There you go. But, we'll go one thing that was better than, or that is better than watching the Essendon Footy Club getting smashed by Port on a Friday night.
No, there's not much better, but carry on.
The Insights Fantasy Sports World Cup.
That's
so if you ever thought about your elite at Supercoach, well, now you can prove it with our year-round Insight Fantasy Sports Supercoach World Cup, featuring all sports, 4 sports, in NRL, AFL, NBL, and BBL. It's $20 to enter, and you can only enter up until the bye rounds in the AFL season, which I believe is round 12. So get in quick. Your rankings will be calculated together, and the best performer over the 4 sports combined will take out the best Supercoach player in the world. Join our Discord, which will be below once this YouTube clip finishes or video finishes, to find out more and register. It'll also be in the comments or in the description in all good audio platforms as well. Yeah. So, and next game, mate.
Yeah, if you have any questions on the NRL as well, then by all means, tune into Braino and Matrix and Whisperer. They're all absolute legends of that. Brain's helping with my NRL team, and I cracked 1,100 in that. So apparently that's good.
Did you crack 1,100 this week?
In NRL, yeah, I did.
Wow. Because there's a lot of people that are struggling to get to 900.
Yeah, and I could have gone 1,200 as well because I VC'd some bloke from the Warriors and he scored 112, and then I forgot to take my captain loop off on Hammer and only got 110 from him. So could have been another 100 on top of that, but that's all right. So pretty happy with that. But we're going to another absolute shellacking. Actually, but this was actually a pretty good game up until halftime. West Coast were in front at halftime, and we thought there could have been an absolute upset and a half here, but Sydney get over the top by 26 points in the end. My man, Isaac Heaney, thank you very much. You see him and you see it later. 165 Supercoach points, the highest for the round as well. So that's very, very nice there. 26 touches, 6 tackles, 2 goals.
Right here.
You VC'd Heaney.
Yep.
Did you take it?
Oh, does a bear shit in the woods?
Bloody oath it does. Lizard, Nick Blakey, 25 touches, 6 marks, 138 Supercoach points. He looked absolutely sensational in that game. Errol finally played a whole game of football. How good's that? 25 touches, 6 tackles, 2 goals, 129 Supercoach points. Thank you very much. Tay Adams, here we go. Someone that was in a lot of teams early in the year, then got injured. So first game, 17 touches, 98 Supercoach points, subbed off. I believe it was in the third or at the start of the fourth. So that's very, very promising signs there by Tay.
Yeah, he was pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Lasted three and a half quarters, got him through, and now he's back. Your mate Warner, 19 touches,
bleached arsehole.
The bleached arsehole. The 96 Supercoach points. For the people that are under 18 that are watching this, I do not apologise. I'm sorry. Grundy has been a little disappointing this year so far. 20 touches, 31 hit-outs, sound nice. But only 93 Supercoach points against a team that give up the most points to Supercoach rucks. Is it time to move him on, Skiddy?
I'm looking to move him on. He's really frustrating me and pissing me off. So I think I'm going to have to try and downgrade him, Jordan, and they've got the bye this week as well. So I think I'll be trying to get him down to Maxi Gawn. That's for certain.
Can I show you something?
Yeah.
1,100 in NRL, 2,350 in AFL.
Deadly.
That man may have come first in AFL and NRL. What a man.
He's done bloody well there. And I'm pretty sure he hit his multi as well that he put up into the Discord as well, which is bloody even better. Was that Deadly that got that?
Talk about big wang energy. Jordan's time has come to an end for us super coaches. 12 touches, 57 points in this one. I personally traded him out this week to bring in Lockie Whitfield, which didn't prove to be that much better, but I think it will be much better moving forward. Liam Duggan continued his good form, 30 touches, 12 marks, 134 Supercoach points. Was good again with 28 touches, 130 Supercoach points. He was massive.
Maltesing with 2,390 this week. Fucking bang!
Holy shit, that could be up there with number one. I have not seen, in all the groups that I'm part of, I haven't seen anything higher than that.
No, I haven't seen that either. I haven't seen any.
Keep us updated, Maltesing, to let us know where you finish, mate. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Jeremy McGovern, as much as he trained forward all week, and the intel was that he was going forward. If anyone listened to the game, they would have heard David King absolutely back him to go forward. He's got to go forward. He's got to go forward. They've got to, keep going with this. They've got to, do something. But he didn't go forward. But with Ryan Marriage now going down with a rib injury, next week may be the week. Let's see how it goes.
Yep, exactly right.
This was Harley Reid's best game by far. One broken tackle or tackle break off the most broken tackles in a game for someone in his fourth game of AFL footy. 18 touches, 7 marks, 1 goal for 91 Supercoach points. How good was that?
Yeah, mate. He should get the Rising Star nom. I mean, unless the zinger gets taken over him. But, geez, that was definitely his best on that. That was a fantastic game by Harley. So, love to see that from him. And Lockie Rowlinson, first taste of action, only 4 touches, 102K. He's forward mid. I think there's better other ones, but at least it's good to show that there's a few in rather than that.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Standers? Is it going to be Reid? Or is it going to be Clossy, our 102K defender that we're going to talk about later?
Closely, bar out. He looks so bloody good. Thank you for as much bullshit that Bevo puts us through and Horse puts us through. Thank you, Damien Hardwick. You absolute legend.
Absolutely. And if you listen, Damien Hardwick, I'll have you on the show anytime you like. Carlton controversially get the 4 points against Freo. Way to go. What happened here, mate? I was tied up with other commitments, but you watched the game. Talk to me,
mate. That was a pretty bloody obvious deflection. And then Clark gets done for dissent free kick. Unless he badmouthed his mum or something like that, you can't be paying a free kick like that right at the end of the game and just costing him like that, even though that he was correct. So, by the way, Baggers get the dub. Jeremy Sharp, Jesus, if you still had him, how good you'd be feeling. 29 disposals, a goal, 126 Supercoach points. He looked so smooth and just running up and down that wing all day. That was fantastic by him. Andy Brayshaw, back to his absolute pig best. 38 disposals, 7 tackles, 124 Supercoach points. Game high in disposals, only at 60% disposal efficiency, so he'll clean that up, and he could have been a lot better than that. Hayden Young, bloody hell, he's done it again. 25 disposals, 119 Supercoach points, 9 tackles from the big fella. You'll love to see that. He still has a few CBAs, so he's done well after the first 2 weeks of shit that he got. Luke Ryan, 22 disposals, 6 marks, 111 Supercoach scores. Kerno and Mackay required extra attention, so he'll definitely be better than that, but still an all right game. Fifey, you're absolutely shitting me, aren't you? 26 disposals, 102 Supercoach. Thought he was gone after he got punched in the throat by, I think it was Lockie Fogarty. But yeah, great game from Fife. If you held him, unfortunately, I traded him rather than Jordan, and now I'm pissing myself about that, but that's okay. Sarong, this was the one that we said do not bring him in on this week. Absolutely we did. 26 disposals, 94 Supercoach points. It was just Carlton's mids were just a bit too big for him. This is what he does happen to him against Carlton. Lukey Jackson, it's nearly time, horse. 21 disposals, 29 hitouts, 91 Supercoach points, 57 disposal efficiency from Jackson. That for a guy that's meant to give it off to players that are running by, far out. That's shithouse. And then our man Jordan Clark, 30 disposals, 84 Supercoach points. Rolls there, 30 disposals, absolutely encouraging. I thought he was better than that, but that free kick right at the end dropped him a shitload of points, so he should have been closer to 100.
And then the one that we called Draper. 4 disposals, 21 Supercoach points. We did say that there was some people coming, and as in coming back, not coming because of his game, but he's in the gun. He's probably going to get dropped. Warner's going to be back next week, and we did say that if you had to pick between Draper and Warner, Warner would be your go. And unfortunately, he just looked a little bit out of his depth in this game. So if you brought him in, I'm sorry, but he's probably going to get moved on.
Yep, and thank God, as Suv said as well the other way, you could have gone as the extra 30K for Brown, and Brown rolls in a 97. So
and Suv lucky. Thank God I listened to you boys and went Brown over Draper, mate. And we got some numbers for you later that'll back that up really nicely. De Koning, 16 touches, 5 tackles, 32 hitouts. Look good as the main ruck, 100 Supercoach points. Cripper, congratulations on the birth of your newborn, mate. That's awesome. Celebrate it with a win. Sir. Why not? 20 touches, 6 tackles, 101 Supercoach points. I can't get him with Walsh returning. No way. But another one we did call, mate, Williams is getting better week to week. His legs are back. He's taken the game on. He's now committing himself to tackles. He's not worrying about that physical element of the game. But and
then he does a calf.
So we've got to look at that. But 81 Supercoach points.
Yeah, he looked a lot better. Yep, absolutely, mate. Mackay. Now, this one would hurt a few people that brought him in. 12 disposals, 6 mark, 5 tackles, 4 hitouts. Still a bit in the ruck, but 75 Supercoach points. Not what you wanted if you just brought him in. That's annoying, but Freo's obviously a bloody good defensive side, so there's that on that. Carroll, 20 disposals. That's nice. I think that's his career high. Yep. He only had 66 Supercoach points, though, so that's not too bad. But the 20 disposals are really encouraging. And Hollands, God, I hope no one brought him in early. 8 disposals for 19 Supercoach points, and now has a hip injury. Yeah, so that sucks.
Just for this comment, I'm not going to read it out, but I'm going to answer it with 2 words. Your mum. Anyway. Nice of you to join us. One of our major sponsors, Ryan from Australia.
Thank you, sponsor. And he's now directed your mum back at him.
Yeah, that's right. Boom, boom. So, what was perhaps the game of the round so far, apart from the Collingwood-Hawthorn game? Geelong hold on to beat the Doggies by 4 points in this one. This is why you do not trade Libba out. 35 disposals, 9 tackles and a goal, 155 Supercoach points. How about that one? He looks so powerful. And you know what? He just made his break even, so you're not going to get him any cheaper now.
Shit. That's an annoying one.
Cheers.
Yeah. I only got a solid tonight.
Anyway, continue on, mate.
But it's fantastic. Yeah, mate. Bontempelli, another huge game from him. 35 disposals, 10 tackles, and a goal for 141 Supercoach points. Doesn't seem like the ankle's worrying like he was last week. Didn't have to play forward, so that's fantastic. Tingles, 17 disposals, 38 hitouts for 117 Supercoach points. Was kind of hoping for more as, the Cats do give up a lot of points to Ruckman, but Darcy is taking a few of the Ruck contests off him, which is kind of annoying, but there you go. Sam Darcy, 12 disposals, 3 goals, 8 hitouts, 84 Supercoach. Great for people that were on the bubble. He's brought in a shitload of cash, but
55% game time. Very, very low.
Yes. So he could have gone way bigger than that, but he's just swinging from everywhere. It's just a bit of ruck, forward, back. Whatever they need to do.
While you talk through the rest of these games, mate, I'm going to just have a quick look at the VFL stuff and see if I can find how the cone went in the twos and whether there's any danger there.
Did he not? I thought he kicked another 5 goals, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not sure.
I'll double check that now, mate.
Done. Zinger, 23 disposals, 6 tackles, 82 Supercoach points. Still making coin, still just like looking like an absolute star. But yeah, that's just how he kind of how he goes. Bukaki party, Buku Kamis, 10 disposals, 6 marks, 53 Supercoach points. Not too bad, but that's just what happens when you play against Geelong, Hawkins, and Henry and Cameron require a bit more notice to be taken care of for them, but that's all right. He'll still make a bit more coin and look better for it. JJ, well, that was fun while it lasted. Can't say shit now. 41 points. Daniel and McRae subbed off for each other. Just absolute shitouts, and they're just dropping coin and more coin and more coin. And this one hurts a little bit for us, Horsey. Bramble, he had the job on Gryan and, just could not get it going whatsoever. 12 disposals, 32 disposals. Really hurts, but, when you're playing on Gryan Myers, it's pretty hard to be able to break away and leave him because he's just so damaging when he goes forward with the ball.
Yeah, spot on. And for Geelong, Stanley, he beat English in the rucks and was super impressive. 44 hitouts, 103. That was, impressive. But he did have a week off before that, didn't he?
Zinger.
So, the backward zinger. We love that. Jezza could have had a massive game, but 2 goals, 4, pushing right up around the ground again. 27 touches is very encouraging for a big forward, but I still don't trust it with Hawkins and that switch role they play. Holmes, same again. Halfback really suits his run and carry. 20 touches and a goal for 97 points. Super, super solid. Bowes, 341k defender. He can score well, but just too inconsistent. 90 Supercoach points is very good, though. How good is this Dempsey kid?
Oh, mate. Jeez, he's so good to watch
that he
as well.
He nearly touched the top of the stadium. He was so high. He could have changed the light bulbs in the light tower.
100%. And it's just, the thing about it is this has been a game-on-game basis. It's not like he's doing it every 1 or 2 games and then have a quiet one. He is genuinely playing like an absolute star every single week so far for Geelong. So they've got an absolute ripper in him. Tom Stewart, really quiet by his standards, only a 77, 20 disposals. He'll be a lot better than that. And then Jai Clark, he was tax subbed. Bit too small to compete against the Dogs mids. Only 13 disposals for 28 Supercoach points. He will be better than that. Brain says, boys, what's your best and worst call of the preseason so far?
So far, I would say, for me, it's probably a tie between Nick Martin being a top 8 defender and Jack Steele being a top 8 mid.
Yep, they are definitely your best. My worst is definitely trusting Jaden Short. That is 100%. I thought the role was there, but then they decided to just fuck him off. So 100%. I'm not saying that one, Hammer, because Gawn had that knee tickle in round 0, so it just scared me a little bit. But now it looks like a fucking absolute dog's breakfast. Best one so far is probably trusting me gut and sticking with Heaney. And Jackson when he went that 179. And also just making sure everyone put Harry Sheasel into their team. That was an absolute no-brainer for me. So I reckon that was probably my best one of running. Probably who's going to be one of the best defenders in the Supercoach world this year.
Yeah, probably my worst one was the short and gone thing, but also at the start, I had no Sheasel. So I thought there would be a bit of a job clash between Fisher, Sheasel, and McKercher down back. And yeah, that's definitely not the case because Sheasel is definitely a top 6 defender in the comp. So that's one I definitely got wrong.
Oh, you know what was the other one that we both got wrong, Horse? And this was a combined effort by it. It rolls in nicely to this next game, the Giants versus the Suns, and we both faded bloody Sam Flanders, who decides, he can get the ball from anywhere around the ground.
And now he's playing half back.
The perfect bloody role for him as well, apparently, because he's just absolutely killing off that half back role now because Sexton's gone. This is very juicy. 29 disposals, 125 Supercoach points. He has now taken Sexton's role. He has the Sheasel, the Dacos, the Nick Martin role, and he looks bloody good doing it. Matt Rao, 26 disposals and a goal.
Matt Rao.
129 Supercoach points. Just contested ball getter for absolute days. And he looked absolutely fantastic there today. Here we go. I think everybody is going to be loving this bloke, but Closey from the Suns. What do we got here? At 102k defender. Just when we're trying to think, do we get Tit? Do we get Draper? We fuck both of them off. We
wait.
Closey. How good is this?
It happens every year.
Yeah.
Someone pops up. People panic too early, but I've held both Reed and I've held Caulfield purely because there's always someone that pops up with a defender eligibility that's a rookie that we're going to be able to slide in. And here comes Closey. I'm not saying he's going to go at 108 Supercoach points every week, but if you saw the way that he worked his way up and down the wing, he was starting in the midfield. He was using the ball well around the ground. Him and also is it Will Graham? They were both really good. And Will Graham's 117k defender mid too. So you can effectively spend, if you wanted to, 229k and bring in both Closey and Graham and not have to break the bank and actually make coin.
Yep, absolutely, mate. Hamo, he said he didn't watch what was his role. Hamo, if you saw the Carlton Freo game of what Jeremy Sharp did, basically cut and paste, and that's what Closey did. He was just running up and down that wing all day, but played more defensive side as well.
Yeah, so I reckon it was more of a Dempsey role.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a bit. Yep, absolutely, that's a better way to do it. Yeah, he pushed forward a little bit more, but he also ran back pretty hard defensively, which is really nice. But yeah, a lot of up and down running from that. Mac Andrews, bloody hell, how about this for a bloody game from him? I don't think I've ever seen this. 24 disposals from him, 10 marks, 101 Supercoach points. He looked bloody solid. I'm still not having
Don't get sucked in. Don't get
hell
sucked
no.
in.
But I'm just saying, good game. Anderson and Tuk slow for both of them. Anderson had 33 disposals, but only 89 Supercoach points. Just had an absolute stinker by foot. So Took was just quiet as hell. So that's the way that we say there. Speaking of quiet, Will Powell, someone that we were discussing has a nice little role that could work out there. Shithouse, 13 disposals, 59 Supercoach points. I don't like it, especially with Flanders now going into that half back line. Powell playing a bit more full defensive. Graham, he's the other one that we were just talking about before. 17 disposals on debut. Looks like another Supercoach friendly player. 117 mid defender. Thank you, Hardwick. You absolute gem.
Do you know who I rate, who's not Supercoach relevant yet, but fuck Walter's going to hurt some people?
Oh, yeah, 100%. He's a big unit.
Isn't he? And he's like, for a big forward, for someone that loves to chase and tackle, it's fucking nice, isn't it?
100% it is. He's and if once he starts getting his kicking boots on and he starts really figuring out where he has to be every single time in the forward line, far out, he's going to be such a good player.
Are we getting rid of Berry?
Yeah, he's done. Yep, I'm done off Berry. It's just not enough. It's not enough for me. The tackling that we saw in that first game as well against Richmond, it's just gone. It's evaporated. He has no forward pressure, what he wants to do anymore. So, no thanks. But what do you think about Ethan Reid? Big fella.
Like it.
Yeah. I don't like him for Supercoach yet, but I like him as a player and a prospect.
Ethan Reid, Walter, King, couple of years, that's going to be a dynamic forward line. Rosas looks good as a small forward too.
Bloody oath he does. Reid also, he had some rucking, but not enough at the moment. So it's not for Supercoach. He played way more forward So it's not he's not going to get the same type of scores like Darcy's going to get unless he's kicking like 3 goals.
No. Stephen Canelio, 111 Supercoach points, 2 goals, 27 touches. Good game, but that's what he does. Tom Green, 108 Supercoach points, 23 touches, 8 tackles is great. Got a few texts today as to why, with him being so efficient, his score wasn't higher. It's because a lot of his touches were in close and uncontested as well. So it's
but
just,
also,
it is what it is.
Yeah, he just he wasn't getting first hands on the pill basically, but the tackling was the 8 tackles is really encouraging that he can still do it when he doesn't have the ball. It's pretty much like Jack Steele work.
Yeah. For example, you get a clearance and a handball. What's that? 6-7 points. Whereas if he's just getting a handball and hitting a target, it's 2 points. So if he's missing out on 5 or 6 clearances because Gold Coast have got their hands on the ball more, that's upwards of 30 points almost with a effective disposal. So Tom Green pushing up the ground more as a positive, 100 Supercoach points from 5 goals is always good for him. Himmelberg, rock solid down back, 93 Supercoach points, 26 touches. Cadman is probably just about done, isn't he?
Yeah, I think unfortunately Cadman's pretty much getting close to priced out now. As we say, with tall forwards, it's just how it's going to be. So that's how it's going to be with Cadman. Whitfield, this one would have hurt a few people. 29 disposals, 87 Supercoach points. Could have been so much better, but shit, he got HIA assessed in the first quarter, so he missed 15 minutes, came back on, and then really started to play a lot better, but you want a bit more out of your primos, and unfortunately, that head knock kind of cost him a few points. Harvey Thomas subbed out. Tactical as well, so it wasn't even an injury. So it just shows that he's probably the last line of it. So a little bit annoying if you still have him because he did stuff all. Another ripping. This was a game that just went one side absolutely taking the piss, and then the next side just taking the piss again. So we had the Tigers versus the Saints, and the Tigs didn't allow the Saints to score until like 30 seconds left before halftime when they kicked their first goal. And then the Saints just come out of halftime and just run absolute rampant. So
Kizza does bring up a good point about Cadman. Sorry, before we do move into the plays of this game, Cadman should still have a negative break even. So if you still want to hold him for that cash gen, you can for another couple of weeks yet.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
But, yeah, Saints do win this one by 7 points. Nag, we'll talk about the Tigers first. 140 Supercoach points, 21 touches, 37 hit-outs. Huge game against Marshall. They both scored really well, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Absolutely, mate. No, far out. Bloody hell. You don't say that very often.
No. Bolton, unbelievable in some patches, not so good in others. 4 goals, 136 Supercoach points. He's gone back-to-back tons after we said that he never tons up in the first 3. He's gone back-to-back tons. Awesome. He's back.
Mate, did you see those 4 goals as well?
Highlight.
Mate, they were unbelievable. He was kicking it from the boundary line like it was nothing. Oh, my God. Also, too, Suv just said as well, I don't own Whitfield, but if you do own Whitfield, he is 100% a hold.
I bought him in, and I was glad to see him come back on after that HIA, and for him to still score 87 in a blowy game where no one really scored that highly. I'm very encouraged by that. Ryan said, can we please talk about how people are getting sucked into Whitfield? It's the same role as the last 2 years. I'm going to pull you up there, mate. It isn't. He's taken more kickouts. He's playing on from kickouts, and they're looking to get the ball in his hands because he's averaging a career-high marks, 3.5 marks more per game at the moment. He's averaging 6 more touches per game. So for those of you that listen to us on Brown, congratulations. That's awesome. If you had coughed up the extra 30K, that instead of going to Draper, go to Brown. He scored 97 Supercoach points today off 18 touches. And he's going to go up a lot of coins. So if you just forked out a little bit more, then awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. Taranto, 92 Supercoach points from 28 touches. That's what he does, but it's still not primo territory. Jake, can I please get a short check in aisle 3? Can I get a short check, please?
Fuck him off. He's done again. Another week of him. Get rid of him. That is so bloody annoying to see from someone that had such a good role and that was so good last year, and now he is just absolute dog shit. So see you later. Thanking you very much. Campbell, 18 disposals, 56 Supercoach points, still making us coin. While the break-even's still low, the roll's still quite all right there for him. Lafau. Oh, the Kiwi.
He's a strong boy. Did you? I only found out today that he was actually in the Melbourne Storm under 19s.
Yes, correct. He was.
Yeah.
Hence why no one can bloody tackle him. 52 Supercoach points, so a little bit better this week. He actually did do a little bit better as well. Actually around the ground, his running patterns. He bounced off Dusty really nicely as well. So it's positive steps for him, even though I just don't think he's going to score very well, but that's all right. Velustian, damn, that sucks after his 167 last week, and he gets a 45. If you had brought him in instead of Ryan or Shees or these that really hurts. We'll be
before you continue on, mate, bold a bet, average 90 a season. Easy. I'll take it, mate, every day of the week.
What's that for?
That's for Whitfield.
Ooh, yep. Okay.
Easy.
Righto. Done. I like that. Jack Steele, far out, horsey boy. When you get him right, mate, because that's another big game for Steele. I don't think he's gone under 115 for the year yet, and he gets in 145 today. Just
was it 133 last week? I think it was 145 this week. 33 touches, 10 tackles. He's a solid primo.
Are you getting a player that's going to get you 30 plus disposals plus 10 tackles? It's basically him and Libba. That's basically it.
That's it. Yep.
It's they're the type of guys that you want. And for the discounted price that he was at, far out. This is just easy.
Yeah. So, Marshall, 144 Supercoach points. He was only on 40 at halftime, though, Skiddy. So he really stepped it up with 23 touches and 23 hit-outs with a goal. Sinclair, he is back. 29 touches, 124.
Wang and Boner are going to be able to both score this well every week.
No, I think it's nearly time we move on from the Boner.
Yeah, I can say that. But Boner, he had 90, so it's good to see that him, Sinclair, and Wang all have all went over 90 this in this game. So he looked they look pretty good. But yeah, I'm with you as well. I don't know if we can have all three of them, just because, as we said, everyone's Wang is out. We love to see that in the chat. Since Sinclair did get no CBAs and was playing no mid-time, that's a concern for bit of Wang and Boner on both of those there. It could have also too, because there was only 4 goals kicked in the first half for both teams. That's maybe why Sinclair didn't get any CBAs, but he was roaming the ground a shitload. Max King, Mickey Dell.
Yeah, people brought him in because he had a negative break even, and I really liked the role. If you had a look at some heat maps from him in his first 2 games, he was working really well up the ground. But these are smaller grounds that they were playing on. Norwood had really narrow wings too. That doesn't really suit his game. I wouldn't be too worried by this. 76 Supercoach points, and Young played really well on him.
Yep. If quickly,
you brought him in, hold him.
If you brought him in, hold him. If you didn't bring him in, don't bring him in, because he has the Giants this week, and that is bad.
That's going to be tough. And Wilson, if you hold on to him, 17 touches, 55 Supercoach points. He had a really nice last quarter where he would have scored more. Job security is there. Just don't know about the scores. And our last game, mate, Collingwood versus Hawthorn.
Yeah, so Pies
77 to 72. Yeah, they just won at 5 points, mate. So Jordan DeGoey, after he must have listened to our podcast, mate. He would have heard that he was on the shit list or the cold guys for 3 weeks in a row.
Yep.
He's come out and gone 31 touches, 6 marks, 7 tackles, 138 Supercoach points. You're still not bringing him in because he's probably just as likely to go back to 50 next week. Or the week after, sorry. I think they've got the bye next week. Joshy Dacos, 30 touches, 102 Supercoach points. Tom Mitchell, 119 Supercoach points, 30 touches, 10 tackles. Good game by him. Darcy Cameron, after his 18 last week, 110 this week with 19 touches, 5 marks, and 32 hitouts. Nick Dacos, who was tagging him? Don't know. 26 touches, 5 tackles, 102 Supercoach points. For those of you that were ballsy enough to hold on to him and not trade him off just yet, yes, he's going to drop probably $30,000 to $35,000 this week going into the bye, but you're still holding him. You're not trading him off, are you, mate?
Nah, correct, mate. You got to keep on keeping on with what he's doing. Most other Collingwood players, there's nothing really there for us fantasy wise. Shit to see that Myercheck went down to a 75 with only 15 touches today. That's a little bit annoying. And Pendlebury copying that injury is a bit of a pain in the ass for him and the Pies, so a little bit annoying there. But for the Hawks, how about Lloyd Meek? How about this? 130 Supercoach points, and he had 18 disposals from Lloyd Meek. God damn. 30 hitouts, which is what we know.
Who's she?
Oh, mate. Big bastard.
He's a big dude, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, bloody oath he is. Eamon had 112, don't care. Newcomb finally getting over the ton with 110. He had 26 touches, 7 tackles. He looked pretty good from what I was seeing. They were more reliant on him than they had been with Warp. So that's good.
I'm just going to check his break. Just going to check his break even while you're talking through there, mate, because I don't think he made his break even again.
Absolutely. Hamo, thank you very much for the $5, mate. I think that's our first time ever getting a donate here on this one, Horse and Yell.
Thanks, brother.
Horse will do this one because I'm just on the solos tonight. But any single time that you want to pay me $5 to Skull on, I will definitely do that on any Wednesday night. So you have my word on that.
Thank you.
Dylan Moore, 3 goals. Good to see him on that. 14 disposals, 98 Supercoach points. Good on him. Definitely one I'm keeping the eye on there. Horse, I love Moore, and I love his role there. Sis, 95, 22 touches. He always plays well against Collingwood, so I was actually expecting a little bit more from him. Just didn't look like it was normal Sis again. How about Blake Hardwick going forward and kicking 4 goals?
That was awesome.
Mate, he turned the game on its head in that last quarter to start off with. Mate, he was, he looked unbelievable.
Just for Hamo's information too, I don't mind, throwing down a beer, but when you're throwing down sour Wildberry beers that are a little bit gassy, that's going to sit on me for a little while. But no worries. Thanks for donating to the cause, mate.
Yeah, good's that.
What are we doing about Massimo D'Ambrosio?
Yeah, I think we hold for a little bit longer, but it's almost looking like it's priced out time for him, where it is again that wing role. So, I know that first game just seemed like an absolute cock tease, and now he's kind of just going a little bit more into his shell because Hawthorn need to, use a bit more ball movement to be able to incorporate him too. But yeah, only 16 touches again today. It looked good when he had the ball in his hand, but yeah, other than that, mate, it's I'm starting to lose on D'Ambrosio a bit, but there's obviously other players that we need to get out a bit more first.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Sub, do you guys think that Dacos will still be a top 6 defender by year's end, given the likes of Martin will get DPP, Sinclair starting to fire as well? Yes. Why? Because he's defender mid. So you can throw him anywhere and you're still going to get a good score.
Yep, I agree on that. He's going to figure it out. I reckon he just needs this bye to be able to get that extra bit of rest, and then he'll fly back through it and he'll come home strong again. Just quickly, Weddle, only 50. Yuck. If we have him. And Huswaite, once again, is the sub, and he only got 2 touches. So that is that for all of those. But Horsey Dell, it's time for Ryan's big moment.
Yep. So for our man in the chat, our next segment is going to be brought to you by a man at Astute Newstead, or Ryan from Astute Newstead. Are you wanting to buy your first home or an investment property and don't know how? Are you a current owner with interest rates above 6.2%? Well, Ryan can guarantee that there are better options for you. And the best part is that he will do it for free for you. Reach out. His LinkedIn link will be below in the description once we finish tonight. But you can also hit him up on 0431 766 784 and let him know that Skiddy or the Horse sent you.
Yes, sir.
So, mate, it comes our favourite time to go through some hot guys.
This is why I'm hot.
So, in case this is in the chat, I apologise. I should have let you know about that gunshot nice and early. And not LinkedIn, sorry. I'm my apologies. And you know what? Before we start the hot guys, we do need Phil, and we need a Filthy Phil segment because some of the stuff he was dropping in the Discord over the weekend was pure gold.
Yeah, I mean, I can fill in for him this week. Oh, Sydney won again. Oh, we almost lost to West Coast. Oh, how good's Isaac Heaney? There you go. That's a Filthy Phil.
Yeah. Do you want to start with the first few for the hot guys?
Yeah, mate. Absolutely. Needless to say, sex track, Christian Petrarca, 100% is a hot guy on here. Maxi Gawn still just keeps on keeping on. He's just and he's unbelievable. And that was against a bloody good defensive ruckman in Riley O'Brien. Jake Saligo, yep. If Crouch is out, we are looking at Jake Saligo because his midfield time is skyrocketing. Minge, he's a hot guy after that game. I still just don't trust it, though, at the price that he's at of $474K. Rory Laird still being Mr. Consistent in the guts there for the Crom. Really, really impressed with his game there. Hugh McCluggage took the absolute piss out of North. 36 touches for him. Still like it if, you really have the big balls to go him. Lockie Neal, off early, precautionary measure, but 125 at three-quarter time absolutely puts you on the hot guys list. Josh Dunkley, probably his best game for the year, 31 touches, 8 tackles, 122 Supercoach points.
For sure.
Dane Zorko, 28 off half back. Yep, looked really, really nice. So he's definitely on the hot guys. Charlie Comben, this is one that we keep our eye out for. 25 touches, which is unbelievable from him. 8 marks, great set of hands, looks really good, and something that North desperately need down back. That would have been a 100-point flogging if Charlie Comben didn't play down back for North. She's God. 35 touches. Again, he hasn't gone under 30 yet. North need him with the ball in his hand. Again, even on a smaller ground, he still looked that bloody good and that good with the ball in hand. Yes, Kizza, we will 100% start calling Charlie Comben the condom. Yes, we will.
Okay. And for those of you that aren't in our Discord, I highly encourage you that you get in there because we have multiple people that have gone north of 2,400 in there, which I'm going to call it. It's got to be top 1%. That's insane.
Yep. Ewok 1957. He got 2,430. And Tutberg got 2,411 with Heaney as the VC. So we love to see our boys.
Well done, boys.
Flying like that. That's fantastic on you, lads. Love that. Horse, you want to tell me about how good Connor Rose was?
Awesome.
Yep.
And 36 touches. He's been getting a lot of the ball all year, but this is the first game where he actually used it really well. Found his touch, hit his targets, and also kicked 3 goals, 152 Supercoach points. He probably could have even scored more than that, really. Butters overcame a slow start to get 26 touches for 119 Supercoach points. The Hornbag. He, as much as North Melbourne supporters hate it, he's on the hot guys list. So he's played 3 games this year so far. He scored 132 in 64% time on ground against Essendon. He scored 112 in his first game this year. He scored 102 in the preseason. What are we doing? We're going to bring him in?
Mate, we're definitely having a look. Just remember, this was without Ollie Wines. So that is the main thing that I do want to say about that. But yeah,
433K.
Yeah, definitely keeping him on the radar because he is all class. Nick Martin, he went large again, 35 touches, 133 Supercoach points. Yeah, he's going to be looking very nicely in the defender role in our Supercoach teams. And Zach Merritt is one that I am definitely looking at as bringing him in as a primo mid for the rest of the year because he looks sensational and is the main catalyst there for the Bombers. All right, let's give Phil what he wants. Talk to me about Isaac Heaney again, because I think this might be another 3 Brownlow votes for him.
I think so. 160 Supercoach points for Heaney, 138 Supercoach points for Lizard, 129 Supercoach points for Gordon. And we move on to West Coast, who actually played a really good game. 30 touches, 12 marks, 134 points for Liam Duggan. He's gone over 100, I think, 3 weeks in a row now. I really like him as a point of difference down back because the ball is going to live down there. Yo. 28 touches, 130 Supercoach points, which is his highest score for, I think, 4 years in Supercoach. So congratulations to Yo. McGovern, all week, still played back, 113 Supercoach points. I think there is a chance in the coming weeks that he will go forward and he will kick us a goal for our multis. Harley Reid on the hot guys list because he was throwing off senior bodies who'd been in the system for 5, 6, 7 years and made them look like little babies. One off the record for most broken tackles in the game in his 4th AFL game. 18 touches, 1 goal for 91 Supercoach points. Aiden Young has made it to our hot guys list after being firmly the cold guys list. 25 touches again, 119 Supercoach points with 9 tackles. Continues to get some CBAs after bouncing back after his shit-ass first 2 weeks. Luke Ryan, Gets a mention here, but purely because he's been so good to start the year. This was a bit quieter for him, though. 22 touches, marks 111. As Mackay and Kerno required the extra attention, he will be better than this in weeks to come. Liberatore, disposals, 9 tackles, 155 Supercoach points. Mate, do you want to talk about the guy that you beat in the under-14s grand final way back when?
Oh, Marcus Bontempelli, yes. Again, on the hot guys list once again for his ankle forward line mishap last week, we're going to say. 141 Supercoach points. Yep, absolutely back on the hot guys list. Tingles, 117. Would have liked for a little bit more against the Cats, but that's all right. Sam Darcy gets on the hot guys list. 3 goals, 8 hit outs. Still looking all right, just swinging wherever he needs to go. Max Holmes, he's just doing it again and again. Really solid again. Matt Rao. 26 disposals, contested base, 129 Supercoach points. Hot guys. Stupid Sexy Flanders has done it again.
Sexy Flanders.
Back on the hot guys list, 125 Supercoach points, and now half back roll. If you still got Sexton, this does not fill me with any confidence that he can.
Sexton ain't coming back.
Yeah, he's not coming back with. How good Flanders played. Closey, yes, please. He's going to be in so many teams in the next 2 weeks. 108 Supercoach points. Not going to be as good every single week, but shit. This is very, very nice for us in Supercoach land. Mac Andrews gets himself on the hot guys list, but I'm not reading too much into that game. Big Nank, 140 Supercoach points. Fantastic game by him. He looked absolute spring chick with 37 hitouts, even though Marshall also did well, but a great game from him. Shai Bolton, 4 goals, each better than the last. 136 Supercoach points. We're going to keep saying it, but he's probably going to go shithouse next week. He'll probably bring in another 130. So we'll definitely see how it goes. The encouraging thing for Bolton is that he only got that done in 19 disposals today. So bloody good effort. Tell us about Brown and how we were right about him again, Horse.
We were right. 18 touches, 97 Supercoach points. He will go up a lot of coin now. Steele, 145 Supercoach points, 33 touches, 10 tackles. He's just a solid primo who will be a keeper. Marshall, 144 Supercoach points, 104 Supercoach points after halftime, 23 touches and 23 hitouts with 1 goal. Jack Sinclair, he's back. 29 touches, 124 Supercoach points, no CBAs today. And the Big Wang. Do you want to talk about the Big Wang while I look at Sinclair?
Swing him. 114 Supercoach points, 27 disposals. It was down there a lot, and he was able to make the most of it and get us a nice score there for people that were able to have him.
Jack Sinclair is estimated to drop to 570K this week.
Interesting. We do like
that's a big watch.
Yeah,
that's a massive watch.
Giants next week, so that is very interesting. Hot guys, I guess we're going to have to do it, Horse. Jordan DeGoey gets on the hot guys list. Finally, a good game for him this year. Both Dacos boys, solid with their 102s. They both get the hot guy list. Tom Mitchell, I do not care. Do not bring him in. It's too much of a risk, but he gets the hot guys list. Crispy, he can go into the hot guys list with 101. Not a goddamn chance am I bringing him in, though, after being the sub last week. And then for Hawthorn, Lloyd Meek. Hell yeah, I'll put the big bastard on there on the hot guys list, 130. No thanks, but great game by him. And Amon and Nuke both getting onto the hot guys list as well with their 112s, 110. Nuke looking a lot better and coincidentally in the downfall of Warple. So, yeah.
Don't look too much into that.
Yeah,
Colt? Let's get Colt. Now we're going to kick off with Thursday night's game with the Melbourne football player number 22, Blake Howes, who had shitting bricks that he was not even going to get to his break even. But he got there. 9 touches, 46 Supercoach points. Is it fair to say that his time has come and gone?
I think he's about gone, mate. I think he's done his job for us. So I think Closey will be probably getting straight in for him. Parrish, another poor game by his standards, only 21 touches, 71 Supercoach points. Needs to be a lot better than that. Jordans.
They're saying Boo Earns.
I was saying boo earns for him. I was saying boo, not boo earns for him. 57 Supercoach points. Yeah, I think it's almost time for Jordan to don't hit the door on the way out. Draper, oh, yuck, 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 yuck. At least you got a little bit of money out of him, I guess, if you brought him in as a positive. So only 21 Supercoach points there. Yeah, I don't really trust him even in sliders. Elijah Hollins. Yeah, if you brought him in early, that also kind of hurts with only the 19 and then subbed out. Now he has the ribs issue. And then Jai Clark. Oh, I still would rather get rid of others than Clark. 13 touches. He just wasn't going to be able to compete with how big the Dogs' mids are, and it was obviously a business decision for Geelong to sub him out of that game. Do you want to talk about the massive amount of Bulldogs half-backmen that are now currently cold horse?
Yeah. JJ, hopefully Herbie's not listening, because then for the first time in the month, he's going to say, I told you so. 41 Supercoach points for Jason Johannisen, 40 for Caleb Daniel, 30 for McRae. What's that? That's 110 Supercoach points between Jason Johannisen, Caleb Daniel, and Jack McRae. That's unheard of for the past 10 years of Supercoach. They're all going to drop bulk coin. Do not go anywhere near them. Lockie Bramble, I really liked his role, but he absolutely shit the bed last week. Brian Myers absolutely burnt him, as Asa knows him as Messi. 12 touches, 32 Supercoach points. It hurts. Give me a short check. I need a short check in aisle 3, please.
He's still gone. Yep, we're still pissing him right off. Thank you. That's where he belongs.
66 Supercoach points. Cadman, he's almost getting priced out. Maybe might have a low negative break even. If you want to take the coin and run, go nuts. But I think he's maybe got one more week in him. 50 Supercoach points. Kieran Briggs, I put on this list, 78 Supercoach points, which may not sound too bad, but for someone that was touted as a top 5 ruckman for us in Supercoach land, it's not great, is it, mate?
No, mate, absolutely. We want to be getting way more out of our ruck than that, and especially when, you're seeing Lloyd Meek at 130, you're kind of like, well, shit, what am I meant to do? In that one there, if you had Mansell in, we did say don't bring him in, but he can go on the cold guys list. He only got a 31, even though we played pretty much the whole game. Nick Vlastuin, cold guy after what happened last week, 45 only for him. That's pretty much all I'm looking for on our cold guys.
Yeah, I want to bring up that Jack Ginnivan, he went unders for his free kick count. Only 2 frees for, none against.
But he got a 50 though. He got a bullshit 50, so that's all right.
Yeah, that's right. Still side bottom, 40 Supercoach points. Unfortunately, his days of being a dominant player are well and truly gone. Pat Lipinski, if you had a look at him as a bit of a pod up forward, 17 touches, 56 points as well. After Mabia Charles, good game last week, he stunk it up with 7 touches, 27 points. And Cam McKenzie, for those of you that were looking at his 100 that he got a couple of weeks ago, 15 touches, 53 Supercoach points today. Now, we've got one more little episode or segment that we want to bring up before we get into our new Cone of the Week, mate.
Don't worry, boys. The Cone of the Week is coming up, so you just be very excited about
by. It is coming. But from an injuries point of view, Zach Bailey from Brisbane, he's got a rolled ankle. Should be okay for next week, but keep an eye on him if you own him. Archie Perkins has done a low-grade hammy. Probably looking at 2 to 3 weeks on the sidelines, which fucking sucks because as a young Essendon player, really like watching him and doing what he's doing there. Travis Boak has a back issue, probably from carrying Port Adelaide through all their shit years. Unknown as to whether he'll miss any time or whether it was more from a management point of view, but best of luck to Boakey if it is more serious than first thought. Luke Edwards, did you see him ping his hammy?
No, I didn't, but I've heard from from what I've heard, it wasn't as bad as everyone thought it was going to be. Okay. He could miss about 2-3 weeks. I haven't heard any update on that as of yet, but not good for him. But also Ryan Marrick, he was carted off to hospital with a rib issue. Not good. If he's anything like Frothy's May, then he'll be back next week, but I highly doubt that. So, yeah, don't know how he's going to be going into that. Michael Frederick from Fremantle, he pinged a nasty hammy during the clash against Carlton. This could be about 4 to 6 weeks.
He grabbed higher up on the leg. So, when it's higher up near your ass, it's not good.
No, that's absolutely right, mate. So, Sammy Swidowski will probably get a boost with Frederick being out of the side. Thompson Dow, he rolled an ankle today against the Saints. Uncertain of the severity, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But that actually could allow a bit more midfield time for another Tiger, which is very, very interesting, actually, when we look at it, because there can be some spots at midfield there.
Yeah, and with McAuliffe going down in his first game today with a rolled ankle as well.
Yeah, that
looked nasty and got carried off. So what are we doing? And the last two, Elijah Hollands, he's got a hip issue that you brought up just before, mate. And Scott Pendlebury with a ribs issue. Suvlaki, if you're concerned about the live stream being frozen, mate, just close up, restart YouTube, and it will pop straight back up for you, mate.
Yes, sir.
So here's another new segment that we're bringing into our
everyone get excited.
Circulation. So, as per popular demand, we now introduce to you the first ever Cone of the Week.
Massive shout out to my boy Braino, because I said to Brain, hey bro, can you please get the Mr. Whippy ice cream sound for us to play the Cone of the Week? And he comes back with that beautiful.
That is elite. Now, for those of you that are new to tuning in, we've by popular demand, this has been brought in by our audience, and we love the people that follow us, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone of all ages. But Skiddy, the Cone of the Week is your episode, mate. You've got 10 to 15 to 20 seconds to rag out on the Cone of the Week this week.
So just quickly, just so everyone knows, in one of our group chats, when Rory Lobb went from the Freo Dockers to the Bulldogs, a Bulldog supporter was saying how good Rory Lobb will be for the Dogs, and I said, not a chance, he's an absolute cone. And now everyone in the Discord
grown legs.
has grown legs, and we love it, and I love it as well. So
that's the thing.
Cone of the Week this week, boys. All right, so some of you would think that I was going to give it to Matt Crouch, and as much as I would like to give it to Matt Crouch, and he does deserve it, there is better options to be had. Bailey Scott was close with Bailey Scott when he kicked his first 5 kicks, went to Brisbane players. He was bloody close to Cone of the Week. But the first ever Cone of the Week officially goes...
I can't wait to hear this.
To Nick Hine from the Essendon Football Club for his absolute dog shit running into an open goal where he could have easily kicked it from 35 metres out, and he tries to kick it to Kyle Langford out of bounds on the full. Congratulations, Nick Hine, on your first official Cone of the Week.
The toe ball panics so much, doesn't he? Even when he's going for a shot on goal, he sprints in, then slows down, then panics, then kicks it. As an Essendon supporter,
Langford's head out of bounds on the full. I normally don't want to give it to someone that gets subbed in or out of the game, but far out, it was too bloody good. Congratulations, Cone of the Week. We're going to have to get a running tally. Obviously, he's not going to catch up to Rory Lobbs, but that's okay.
Absolutely. And we've got a lot of love in the chat for it too, mate. A lot of people agreeing with us that Nick Hind, congratulations, mate. You are the first ever recipient of the Cone of the Week. I'm going to play it one more time.
Play it again, yes.
Absolute bell. I can't believe that. That's so good.
Brilliant.
We got any questions there that we haven't delivered on, mate, tonight? Because we actually left a few in the sheds last week.
Yep. Chat's just filled up with Cone of the Week at the moment. So just so everyone knows, that'll be every Sunday night at the end of the stream. Cone of the Week will be announced. So for comments wise, though, we got Behind the Arc fan. He got 2312 this week with the Sion Heaney, Steele, Bont, Reed, Jordan, Howes, Whitfield. Yeah, that kind of hurts for Whitfield, but still great score there, mate.
Good to see Deadly shouting us out for the Sarong shout. Spot on. He will climb, and the break even will be a little bit high, and he may drop in cash.
So I think the main ones to be taking away from here is basically we're going to be looking at Closey as well from the Suns, as that's 102k, but we can also look at Graham, a little bit smaller as well. He's a bit more a defender kind of role, while Closey can move up the ground a little bit more as well. Skit Fitz, he had 2.377 versus 2.380. He loses by 3 points, and Dacos not being tagged was the difference. He got too many points to be able to win that. That sucks for him. So yeah.
So before we knock off for tonight, I do remind everyone, please like, subscribe, and put the bell on. Your support helps us be able to grow. And as you've seen by tonight's episode, we do take all considerations pretty seriously when the community want to see something. So if you've got an idea as to what you'd like to see, throw it in the Discord. Join. The link will be below when our audio finishes tonight, or you can DM us on X if you'd like to create a discussion point with us, but we welcome all types of feedback. Wednesday night, we will have our buy, our holds, our sells, our captain's choices. We will be digging fairly deep this week because we are back to best 18 next week, which means if you've got injured people on the bench, if we can get around it and not have to trade them, awesome. But this may be the week if you have Brodie Grundy, Sydney and Collingwood are on the bye, we may need to move him on. So Wednesday night is one that you're not going to want to miss.
Yep, absolutely agree. Scorched saying can't wait for the Flag Dons versus North game. We'll be cracking right into that one live, I'll tell you that much. Suv said great pods. I would like to hear more wangs and boners. Don't worry, mate. Each week, this is the podcast for wangs and boners. We always encourage wangs and boners on this podcast. Again, quickly, congratulations to Kizza, Chloe, and Phil on the squeeze of the week. We will be checking out the DMs to get your prizes out to you guys. Also, too, if you're doing Supercoach NRL as well, the Supercoach NRL boys, Braino, Matrix, and Whisperer are live currently doing their show. So after you finish watching us up here, shoot on over to those boys and enjoy the chat. Just say how much better AFL is than NRL. Josh Braid, we're going to the week coming up.
Nearly.
He'll get fine case. He'll get their fine case.
Tonight, this is Skiddy. I'm the horse, and we'll see you Wednesday night for another episode of the Insight AFL show. We'll catch you then.